I think we've done this, it'll be the 5th time this year so far that we're able to announce a debutant for us, which is fantastic, and it's going to be you, Reid. Your expectation is exactly the same as the other guys that have played their first games for us. Just go out there, have a crack, connect with your teammates, enjoy it, and yeah, you'll do really well, mate. And I'm sure it's going to be the start of a really long career for you. And yeah, you got the support from all the boys. So well done.
Hey Bombers fans, Dev Smith here. We're lucky enough to be talking to our debutants in this season. It's all thanks to House of Marley, who've been a great sponsor of our footy club. So Zach, you've had a bit of an indifferent year, but you've been lucky enough to play your debut game for Essendon. Run me through how that was.
Yeah, so it was round 5, I think, against Brisbane. So in the wet up north. So I got the first game in. Yeah, just played as a key defender. Didn't get the chockies, but yeah, it was a good experience.
Run me through some of the players you played on. Obviously pretty cool. They got a pretty good forward line.
Yeah, they have a couple of good keys. I was mostly on Eric Hipwood, bit of mixed day, and a bit on Joey at times, but mainly Hipwood. So yeah, it was a good experience, and they're pretty quick movers. So
Essendon have decided to unleash pick number 10 from last year's draft, Zach Reid, for his AFL debut.
Looks around and just not working at the moment. Nice play here, the debutant, Zach Reid. Good effort on Danaher.
Do you have a moment from the game or that week that you don't forget?
Probably my first contest. I remember it pretty clearly. It was like a high ball. I was one-on-one inside 50, and I happened to get a free, and then had my first kick and I nearly missed my foot, so slid off the boot in the wet. So that was, I'll never forget that, I don't think.
Happy to go back to Danaher. Long tumbling ball. Zach Reid gets his first look at it tonight. Where's that famous number 31? His first kick. Well, he'll remember it at least.
What prepared you for your AFL debut?
Yeah, I was probably playing some senior footy at VFL level. Coming into the year, I hadn't played any senior footy, so to get 4 or 5 practice matches under my belt, playing against more physical bodies, was probably the main thing, and made me feel more confident coming in, and that my abilities were good enough.
What were some of your key learnings from the game?
I suppose because it's so much quicker, you just got to be on the whole time. If you slack off for a bit, like your forward can get better position, and yeah, they're pretty quick to move, so that was probably the main one.
It was 7-9 in. Well done, Zach Reid. First night in the big time.
So you're probably a little bit like Coxie too, and not really set in a position. You can play back, you can play forward. Where do you think your best football lies?
Probably back line at this stage. I've only dabbled in forward line through my juniors and haven't had a real crack at it, but I'm pretty keen to have that as a strength. So I'll try and play as many positions as I can, but probably back line at this stage.
So obviously at Essendon we have a rich history with play numbers and premierships won. What does it feel like to wear the number 31?
Yeah, very humbling. He was obviously an idol of mine growing up as a key defender, and my mum was actually a Bomber supporter, and he was one of her favourites. So to take over that number is really humbling, and hopefully I can do it proud like he did.
Now the Bombers are away. Good run provided by Fletcher through the corridor. He's got players if he wants. He's got a long option. Decides to kick from 60. Driving it long. Oh, it's got the carry. What a beauty from Dustin Fletcher.
Been a footy fan your whole life. Coming to Essendon, is there any players that have surprised you of how they are? And if so, can you name them?
Oh, not really. I knew Hep a little bit through Leongatha, and he's been big for me, making it a bit like home. So he's been great. But I didn't really have any expectations on players. It's just a real close group, and the older guys were really welcoming. So that was good. To come in and be welcomed straight away.
House of Marley are a great sponsor of ours, and they give us our headphones and provide us with some music. Is there any type of music that you listen to pre-game, or you're pretty chilled about that?
I'm not actually a big music listener. I just like listen to the team songs, but probably a bit of pump up music would be my goal if I were to, I think.
We're lucky that House of Marley, for each debut Essendon player this year, each mark you took in your debut game, they're planting 5 trees. Do you remember how many marks you took on your debut?
It would have been many. I think it was 1.
You're right.
Pretty hard.
You're right. I reckon
pretty
you're
hard
the
to
first
mark it in that game. So
still 5 trees, better than none.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Thanks for coming on today, Zach, and hopefully Bombers fans got to know you a little bit better, and you're definitely one to watch and one of my favourites out of the young boys.
Thanks, mate.